What's up, you guys? My name is Cody. I am the YouTube Realtor. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how much I made during my first 12 months in the real estate business as a real estate agent. Now, this is not using YouTube as a lead generation source. This is going to be using just about every other thing that I could think of to generate leads at that point and actually get sales from it. So we're going to talk about how much money I made in that first 12 months. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about YouTube and why I think YouTube is the most important lead generation tool for real estate agents out there in today's day and age, and why you should consider using it. Some of the numbers that I'm going to show you here are going to absolutely blow you away. As we jump into this, you're going to see that as you get started in real estate, it starts off a little bit slow, but it builds and builds and builds. And if you stick with it, you can build up to multiple six-figure income in just a couple of years, just like I have done. I'm going to be releasing another video. Depending on when you're watching this, you may have already seen it. I'm going to be making another video talking about exactly how much I've made in my real estate career, how much I made last year, just basically showing transparency about the power of YouTube and showing the power of real estate and the immense salary that you can get from this job. It is a sales job and it does take a lot of work. So I do want to show you what I made in my first year here. I'm going to quit rambling now. Let's jump into this graph here. Now, let me pull myself over here so I'm not in the way. So this is going to be the information for my first 12 months in the business. I got my, starting from the day I closed my very first deal. So I wanted to show this information because it does take a little bit of time to get started. I acquired my license here on April 1st of 2015. I've had my license now for about 6 months or so. Let's go ahead and change this back to white. Let me come in here and open this up for you guys to see. So I closed my very first deal here on June 19th of 2015. I made a commission after my split. I made $2,398.80. You know, okay, not too bad. $2,300 for one deal. Okay, you know, that works. Unfortunately, I was on a team at the time, or I shouldn't say unfortunately, but I did have to split that commission with somebody else. So looking at this, you can see that the commission I made after my split was at just under $2,400. Now, I did start out on a team and I was giving 50% of my commission to the team, as well as an additional 15% to the brokerage on top of that. So this original commission was probably somewhere closer to like $6,000 to $7,000 if I remember correctly. I don't know exactly, but somewhere in that range. So I went from making, you know, a potential gross commission of $6,000 to $7,000 down to making $2,400. That's, you know, that kind of sucks. You know, doing a lot of work, paying for all the license fees, and only making $2,400. It sucks, but it gets better. So that's the important thing to remember here. Let's go ahead and open all these up so you can see exactly what I made in that very first couple of months. I don't know why this isn't working. Let's go like this. Try that again. So from there, you can see that my next sale did not happen until September 15th, on which date I made just under $3,000. So this did take some time to get up and going. From April 1st, when I got my license, to September 15th, I only made, what is that, $3,024? That's $5,400 in my very first 5 months or so. That's not very good, right? It's very hard to live off of that. Unfortunately, I had savings and I had, you know, a very low cost of living at the time. So I was able to live off of this and make it work. Then it starts to pick up a little bit. I start figuring things out. I start honing in my sales skills. I start getting more familiar with the business, talking to people, and getting deals done. I closed my next deal on October 8th for $1,680. I then closed a couple of deals here in December, which is a nice little Christmas bonus. This totaled up to, let's see, $8,000 for these closings that I had here in December of that year. So that was a nice little paycheck. You know, having gone from making, let's see how much this is, $7,000 in the first 6 months to then making $8,000 in 1 month, I was like, whoa. This is crazy. I'm going to make a ton of money in real estate. I can't believe I just made $8,000 in 1 month. The most I'd ever made in 1 month up to that point was probably about $3,000. That was at a previous job I had. So going from $3,000, you know, being used to that in a month to making $8,000, I was over the moon. That's not even counting this little $600 referral bonus that I did receive on Christmas Day, apparently, for $600. So this is a nice month for me. I made $8,600. Now, guys, this is not accounting for any taxes or expenses. This is just the gross commission income that I was able to put into my bank account. So unfortunately, you know, you might be looking at saying, oh, wow, $8,600 in 1 month, that's pretty dang good, but I still have to pay taxes on that, and I still have to go through and pay, you know, all of these fees that come along with being a real estate agent. So for 2015, my year-to-date total earnings were at $15,673. Now that is for the first, let's say, 8 months of business. $15,000, really hard to live off of that. So real estate does take some time to get up and going. So let's go ahead and open up the next year here, and then we're going to talk about the total amount and the total transactions that I did. You can see here that as we went into 2016, it really started to pick up. We started getting some more business. In January, we closed 2 deals here for a total of $5,000. In February, we closed 2 more deals for a total of $6,376. March closed 1 deal for $3,400. April, 2 deals here. This was a $10,000 month. I can't believe I made 10 grand in 1 month. That was a very exciting moment because I realized to myself, hey, if I can make $10,000 in 1 month, that means I could make over 6 figures in 1 year. And at that time in my business, I was absolutely blown away by imagining that that would be possible. At this point, I'd been in the business for just over a year. My total income was, I don't know, probably, let's just add this up real quick, $15,000. I made $40,000 in my first year from getting my license. I do want to add in a couple more sales here just to show you how this can build on itself. And if you stick with it, you will continue to close deals. At this point, I was closing roughly 2 deals per month. Although these commissions were still very low, I was still making a decent income to get started with. So in May here, I closed 2 more transactions for $5,200. And in June, I closed $6,400 worth of sales, or I got $6,400 worth of commission. Let's go ahead and open this up and show you exactly how much I made in total. I did 18 transactions and made $56,000 in my first full year of real estate. From the first time I closed a deal until that time again next year, $56,000. Now, not bad. That's kind of the median salary for a general worker in the United States, give or take a little bit. But I still had to pay taxes on that. I still had expenses and fees. So after it's all said and done, I probably put about, I don't know, $40,000 into my pocket from that number there. So that's exactly how much you can make in your very first year of real estate. I would say that I'm middle of the pack. I didn't do terrible. I did 18 transactions. That's pretty good. But I also wasn't the best. I know some agents who make 6 figures in their very first year. Looking back at this, I'm really glad that I was on that team and taking that commission split, because although these checks are very small, $2,000, $2,000, $1,000, $2,000, $2,000, $3,000, I did get the ability to learn the business, get contacts out there, and be able to really build my knowledge. If I hadn't started on that team, I wouldn't have made it in this business. It's a very tough business, and so that's a story for another day. But the important thing here is just seeing that how this builds over time. It was very, very slow in the beginning, but then after a couple months, it really started to pick up. Once I'd had my name out there and people got used to seeing my name, talking to me, I was able to finally start closing some deals and making some progress with that. So $56,000 in a total year, not too bad. One thing I want to talk about, and this is going to be discussed on a future video as well, further in depth, that $56,000, I'm now at a point in my business where I did over $56,000 in income in just the last month. So my business has grown very exponentially, and I'm now sitting in a position where I feel very blessed to be able to use YouTube to grow my real estate business. Again, that's a story for another video. Go ahead and check out some of the other videos on my channel if you're interested. But now I use YouTube to grow my real estate business, and it's all incoming leads. And I've been doing this for 2 years and had massive success with it, making over $50,000 multiple months in a row over the past couple of months. And I'm very fortunate to be in that position. If you're interested in learning more about that overall, make sure to look at the description down below where you can get more information on the tools, resources, and program that I use to build my real estate business using YouTube videos, almost just like this one, but talking about my local market. There's a ton of information down there. And also, if you're looking at getting into real estate and you want to partner up and build your own YouTube real estate channel, then reach out to me. Send me an email. My email is in the description down below as well. And I'd love to chat with you and see if you're a good fit for me and I'm a good fit for you to build your YouTube real estate channel. I'm looking for a few specific agents in a few specific markets. So I'm looking for a very specific person. But if you think you might be that person, then reach out to me. With all that being said, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one.